What's up, my people? As you can see, it's your boy, the Wildcat J-Train. And this is a very special video because we are collabing with a very special couple that's been together for 30 years. They're going to be answering questions that you guys submitted through our IG pieces and our Facebooks, okay? So all questions will be answered in this video. So if you're not ready, you better get ready because here we go. Let's get it, man!
Girl, I wanna take you with me, I don't wanna wait. I wanna take you with me, I don't wanna stay. Girl, I've been thinking about you every single day. You wanted to, but it's okay. Girl, I wanna take you with me, I don't wanna wait. I wanna take you with me, I don't wanna stay. Girl, I've been thinking about you every single day. You wanted to, but it's okay.
I'm a people's first things first, off the rip, up the roster! Hey, why don't you let us know, let everybody know who we got on today.
So the special surprise couple is none other than my wonderful parents. Hi! Yes, my parents today are going to be answering your guys' questions about love, marriage, and all that stuff in between. Or can you tell the people who you guys are? What's your names?
Hi, my name's Kevin.
My name is Lena.
We are Kevin and Lena.
Lena. So why don't you guys start us off? Tell us a little bit about yourself. When did you meet? When did you guys get married?
I think I was 25 and you was 28.
1990 we met.
1990.
Okay.
And when did you guys get married?
Got married in 1992.
Okay, so you guys dated for 2 years, then got married,
Mm-hmm.
then came baby in the baby carriage. In that order, mind you. We're gonna just jump right into it then. First question.
First question. What was that first year like?
The first year of dating, that was an exciting year.
Yeah.
That was a happy year.
The first year of dating was a lot of fun. We focused
yeah.
on fun. We focused on trying to do things that we thought God would be cool with. We had a blast.
Yeah.
Getting to know each other and stuff.
We did a lot of dating with couples. We got to know each other. We got to know each other idiosyncrasies.
So there was no pressure.
No, there was no pressure. But I knew that he was the one, though. I knew. I wasn't trying to pressure him, but I knew he was the one. So we just kept it light, and we just had a lot of fun.
What was the key thing that stood out with him that said that he's the one out of everybody else?
This is going to sound really weird, but I had a list of things that I wanted in a man. I prayed over that list. And he met everything on that list. Every little thing that I wanted, he was on that list. I was like, whoa, he's the one. One of the things that on the list was to have a sense of humor, and he just made me laugh. We had similar interests. We just talked for hours. We also became friends. He was one of my best friends easily. If you're not friends with the one you're dating, then it's not gonna work.
Second question. How do you keep your relationship feeling like you're still newlyweds?
A lot of that is a mindset. If you start thinking like, oh, we've been together this long, that long, it's like somebody who says, wow, I'm getting old. Then you start to act old. So with her, our mindset was always, don't play games. If you're gonna love her. She's gonna love me. We didn't mess with each other. We didn't manipulate. We didn't do none of that stuff. I took my time, make sure, and when I was sure, go all in. To still be newlyweds, that's what we say to each other. That's just our belief.
Even though we're older, we don't think like we're old people. We still laugh, we still play, we still hold hands, we still chuckle, we still play tricks on each other, we still buy each other gifts, we try to surprise each other.
Yeah.
So we don't think of ourselves as old. We may not go out as much as we used to, but even when we stay home and just even watch TV, that's an event. Like recently, he always knew I wanted to ballroom dance. And so he recently surprised me with a ballroom dance on television. He bought something on video so we can ballroom dance in our living room. That was cool. That was a surprise.
I'm getting some ideas.
You don't take each other for granted. I think that's the main thing. You can't take each other for granted.
So were there any doubts?
Sure, but minimal. I mean, there's doubts like, is this the one? I mean, you can't be insane. But one of the main things, though, is to really deal with yourself. We need to grow in as people. What doubts do I have about myself being ready to deal with those things? Whatever other doubts there are, you start to really see them in proper perspective. Are those doubts enough to say this relationship needs to end, or just something you got to get used to? And that's one of the biggest questions before getting married. If this never changes, is it all right?
Because no one is perfect, but if there's something in your partner that is not something that you feel comfortable with, you have to ask yourself, suppose he doesn't change this. Is this something that I can live with the rest of my life?
So you already said that you guys have to like ask yourself like something in the other person, is this something I can live with? What did you find to be hard to adapt to that your significant other does?
Oh boy.
That's a good one.
Exposure.
So I'm a neat freak. I like everything nice and neat and everything in its place. Kevin is not. Kevin is the opposite. That was a challenge the first year, second year, third, 24th year. Even now, it's a challenge. One of the questions I had to ask myself is something that I'm willing to live with. And yes, I had to give a little bit of myself to accommodate my significant other, my husband.
For me, my beautiful other half can be quite passionate.
That's a word for loud.
I couldn't. She was very expressive.
That's code for crazy.
To me, so what I had to get adjusted to was dealing with someone who a greater chance of getting an emotional response to situations.
That's come from my Latin background.
But one thing I always knew, there'd be some growth. I knew that she would grow in that. It wouldn't stay that same way. And I was right. After 10, 15, 20 years, there will be things. Growth has to happen, otherwise the relationship can suffer more than it should.
Growth is definitely has to happen if the relationship is going to have some kind of chance of surviving.
Some gems.
So did any friends or family members make it difficult? If so, like, how did y'all get through that?
Sure, family at times made it difficult, both sides.
You're going to always have family members that would have their own issues. They would come in and they would say their piece, even though it's not warranted.
Or asked for.
You have to put your foot down and say, this is the person that I've chosen, and you have to accept it or you can't accept me. That's what we had to say a couple of times.
Yes.
In our situation, they kind of backed off.
What advice would you give to somebody whose family members is probably not backing off?
Stay away, run. Relationships are hard in this life as it is. If family members are not supporting the relationship, I'm not saying to write them off, but I'm saying that person should not be influencing your life or your relationship that much. And you should really limit the time that you spend with that family person.
We really are very Bible-believing people. There's a lot of guidance and a lot of instruction in the Bible, tons of it on relationships, so we stuck to it. There was a lot in there that helped us understand how we should handle family members, how we should handle each other, how we should handle problems. God is first, and everybody else is second, including each other. For some people that might sound extreme, but I'm telling you, it works. It pulled us through some times that our emotions, our thinking, or other people's thinking would have really done some more damage to the relationship.
We have another question. It says, what is essential for a long-term relationship?
Friendship is very essential. It was essential in our relationship. There are going to come times when your relationship is going to hit with serious problems. That can also kill the romance. So days and times when there is no romance, you need the friendship to keep it going. And then the romance does return. Friendship is the thing that keeps it going.
And also, life has to be more than just each other. If your main focus is, I don't care what, I only need you, you complete me, something about that eventually starts to weigh down. It has to be something bigger than you. There's a lot that can get done in this life. Trying to live by something bigger than yourself, to accomplish things, to help other people. But if you're too self-focused and only each other focused, then normally those relationships start to suffer. You can start to choke each other out, you can become more easily disappointed, but it's just something different about two people that are looking and say, okay, what should we be doing? What does God want from us? What is best for the kids? The focus cannot be just me make you happy, you make me happy. It cannot be that. It will choke.
So wrapping it all up.
Last question.
One final question. Did you guys think that y'all was gonna last this long?
To be honest, I really didn't think so. And that was only my insecurity. Coming from a single parent household, I thought that I was going to get married. Let's see how long this is going to last.
I mean, that's honest.
But I was determined not to make the same mistake as my parents made. I was focused on our marriage, making it work, trying to keep it alive. You have to feed it, you have to love it, you have to nurture it. If not, then it will surely disintegrate. I took a lot of time to focus on it. We both did. When we get too busy, we remind each other that we have to pay attention to the marriage.
I had no doubt. I had no doubt it was going to last this long because love is a decision. That's one thing. It's not just all emotion and feeling. My mind was made up. This is my wife. This is the woman that God put in my life. If she ends it, if she walks out, that's one thing. I'm strong enough to stand. But I had no doubt. I'm not entertaining that option. This is my wife until dust. My feeling was that God started marriage, and if I just do things His way, you know, I can only mess up so much.
Yeah.
And that we'll make it. We'll be okay. That's decision I've ever made.
I'm letting you know that there is true happiness. Your significant other is out there. And you can make it. You can have a marriage. Unlike your parents, you can have a happily ever after. Find the right person, work on it, and it will happen for you.
So, a lot of questions were answered. It was some great, knowledgeable things that we learned today. For everybody who was watching, I hope y'all learned a lot of what you need to look for in your relationships. If you're single, if you're looking for that right person, I hope these questions did help lead your guidance
And
in your
thank you
journey.
for everyone who submitted a question.
So with that being said, if you like this video, hit it with a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, show me and my baby some love, and follow us on our social media that we posted after this video. This is like until the next video. The Wildcat J Train is out.
Girl, I wanna take it with me, I don't wanna wait. I wanna take it with me.